Hello. Welcome to another episode of Provocative.
Welcome to another episode of Provocative. So, you know what's funny? I wasn't planning to talk about this today, but the last segment that we talked about, I briefly spoke about how one of the contestants on a TV show made a comment and he noted that if it wasn't white, it wasn't right.
Okay.
And I was saying, you know, how ignorant that was, because at the end of the day, his mother is African American, obviously. You know, so why would you say that? It's different if you just happen to date a white girl or you happen to be in an interracial relationship, and that's that. But don't say because you're not of a certain color that you're wrong, you know? And I think that's the problem with a lot of people today, and why a lot of people have complexes, especially dark-skinned girls, because they don't think that they're attractive enough or they're good enough.
And it's so false that, you know, I don't think they deserve that stigma, you know. But you want to hear something twisted? There has been study after study after study that supports what's named, that supports that most people in the world find that black females less attractive than white females. I personally don't agree with it. But there's a lot of research that's been done on it, and it's disgusting that they keep on publishing this crap, because the reality is everybody has a preference. And I question who you're asking.
Exactly. And people are pretty. If you're attractive, it doesn't matter what color you are. You know, and it's sad because I grew up with a lot of guys, they like light-skinned girls, and it's like, it doesn't matter if she's light-skinned. You can find two different people and they look exactly the same. Like one of our co-workers, she's a little bit darker than I am. Her son is white. Like his father's white. He has red hair. And everybody thinks she's the nanny. You know, but when you look, they do. When she takes him out. But when you look at her son and you look at her, the baby looks just like her. He's just light skinned.
Just really,
you know,
really
so it's
light.
not like, oh, the baby looks better because he's light. He looks exactly like his mother.
With lighter skin, but she's the nanny. That's hilarious. That's
no, because she's dark and the baby's literally white. Like,
I understand,
and
but it's still
funny because I had a friend growing up and he's a light skinned black guy. And it's ironic because most light-skinned people like dark-skinned people in the black community, and most dark-skinned people like light-skinned people, vice versa. And he's like, mind you, he's a homosexual, but that's irrelevant. But I'm just saying,
no, I'm saying, but he likes,
and he was making a comment, and he's like, he's light-skinned.
Okay.
He's like, and he's like, oh, this girl, she's really hot, da da da. And I'm like, what does she look like? You know, she's light-skinned with long hair like you. And I'm like, that doesn't make her pretty because she's light-skinned and long hair. I
agree, because I know light-skinned women who have very unflattering features.
Right? So it's like, doesn't matter. And, you know, and it's sad because it portrays that to society. When I was growing up, I would always see these light-skinned girls, even though I'm in the middle, my complexion is perfect, actually.
I agree.
I'm not light, I'm not dark, I'm just like that caramel, whatever.
Oh,
so, I was watching television, you know, as an adolescent, and you would always see light-skinned girls, or you would see girls with long hair, and I hated that. And I'm like, why does everybody on TV have to have long hair? And, you know, my friends didn't understand why I cared, because my hair has always been extremely long. And it's like, because that's not a good representation of necessarily our community. Not that black girls don't have long hair, but you don't necessarily see a lot of black girls with long hair. So by them portraying that on television, you're telling them that they're not attractive unless they have long hair, and that's sad.
It is sad.
You know, you're attractive whether you have long hair or not. Like, if I put my hair up, I'll look just as hot with my hair up as I do with my hair down.
It's true.
You know, so it's irrelevant whether you have long hair, and that's sad because they're in essence not accepting who they are. You know, so it's like you feel like you have to have European features.
That's crazy.
You know, when you have some people who are risking.
Whoa! You know what I want to point out? I get sick of hearing that European features thing, because nowadays it appears to me that everybody with European features are trying to acquire African features.
Boom!
Like the fuller lips.
Boom!
The more rounder, puckered buttocks. You know, just things like that. Even having some kind of muscular definition, because that's a very black female thing. They tend to have the shoulder definition and be toned, because I guess genetics. I don't know, but I'm saying that let's stop with the horse shit, and let's stop with the pretending that, oh, this, that. We understand history is one thing. Black people were subjugated. You know, it's not. We don't live in those days anymore. We don't live in those times. Let's acknowledge that a lot of the standards of beauty come from Africa.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's acknowledge that.
And it's so funny because, you know, back in the day, white girls would always say, "Oh, you're fat," or "My ass is too big." Now everybody wants an ass. Everybody wants hips. Oh, she's fat. She's not fat. She's voluptuous.
Did you notice all the models all have asses now?
And it's crazy how exactly.
Unless you're in like fucking, I don't know, France, Ukraine,
or
they anorexic, but that's because their country's economy.
But it's just amazing how, you know, how things have turned around. And before they were always calling somebody fat because they had a little shape to them, and now it's like that's what everybody attains to have, you know. And this is kind of flattering or whatever. I went to a business lunch with this guy today, and he's a white guy. He's cool, and he's always complimenting me on like how pretty I am. But I never really like take him. You guys probably think I'm not cute because I look funny on the camera, but whatever. But he's.
I disagree, but go ahead.
And the camera puts weight on me, but whatever. But he's always complimenting me about how pretty I am. He's always like sitting a little. And I never take him seriously. I'm like, whatever. Because I went to, I'm a girly girl. You know, when I was growing up, I was a tomboy. I was always in jeans and sneakers and Timbs. And now I'm a girly girl. Like, you know, I used to wear heels literally every day. And they're like, where you going? I'm like, the supermarket. You know, my legs are messed up. If you guys don't know, I'm like a little bit of a handicap. I walk with a cane. I have a handicap sticker. That is like the best thing ever, guys.
Yeah, I know it is.
That handicap sticker is like awesome. Not because I'm a fat, lazy bastard, but like that thing is like so cool, right? But like I walk with a cane now. I fell down the stairs, and so I'm always in flats. I like to wear dresses. If he can attest that, usually when I come over here, I'm in a dress. So I'm really girly. But one day I saw the guy. He works. He's like a civil service. I'm not gonna say where he works, but I went to his job one day. And I had sweats on. I was still cute in my sweats. I have my Victoria's Secret sweats. Mind you, everybody's into pink now.
Yeah,
I've been wearing Victoria's Secret for 7 years when nobody was like, what's a pink? I'm a trendsetter, sorry. I've always been a trendsetter.
Nice.
But I had my sweats on. And I like bling. So I had the Victoria's Secret low-cut V with the bling across the chest. And the sweatpants, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, I look like a bum today. He's like, you always look cute. You always look nice or whatever. So we go to a business lunch, long story short. He's like, yeah, I like black girls. And I'm like, because he's not like, you know how you could see some white guys and they look like they would date a black girl. I don't know about whether they like, I'm not going to say urban music, but their swag is a little different. They're not like your typical, white guy. You would see him with a typical white girl with a flat butt, you know, who's not really into, because some white guys don't like that. Her ass is too fat. They don't like that because that's like an African American feature. They like their flat butt white girls who are size 0. They don't like thick girls, you know. So he looks like that kind of typical white guy, and he's always complimenting me. And so I just said to him, like, why do you like black girls? He goes, because they don't need a tan. Boom! Boom! I love that. Like, that was so awesome.
They don't need a tan.
He was like, they never need a tan. I'm like, that is awesome.
Why? I suppose it's a big waste of time having to go to a tanning booth. It
was so funny because I didn't expect him to say that. But he was like, they never, because I said something. I think I showed him a picture, of my niece or somebody. And I was like, yeah, we come in all different colors. I said, not like you guys who come in white and tan. We come in white, dark, light, you know, we're just very varied. And he goes, well, I change colors. I get green when I'm sick. And I said, oh yeah, you guys call us colored, right? But you guys turn blue, pink, green, all types of colors, but whatever. So he's like, yeah, that's true. And he's like, well, I like black girls because you guys never need a tan. I'm like, that's awesome. And he's like, because with a black woman, you never have to guess what she's thinking.
Nah, that's so
he's like,
true.
You
she
know
will
what,
let you
he's
know.
like, you know what she's thinking. Even when, what do you say? Even when you don't want to know. You know what the black woman is thinking.
Yeah, well, listen.
So I just thought that was pretty cool. It was a difference, you know.
Yeah.
It was refreshing to hear something positive about African American women or women of color, and whereas everyone else, you know, the standard of beauty is not African American.
That's so false. There are so many white dudes nowadays.
Because the only black woman who they give credit to is Halle Berry. Not for nothing, Halle Berry's attractive.
No, she's a pretty woman.
But she's not
bad,
the only African American. And the only reason I think they give her credit because she's half white, and they know that. You know, because it's other women who are just as pretty. But to me, in my opinion, there's other women who are just as pretty, if not prettier than her, and you never hear them talking about her.
Like who?
You only hear about, all right, like, I think personally...
I thought Janet was very attractive. I don't think she's prettier than. They might be on stuff par. Actually, you know what? She looks too much like a brother, so I would take it down to pay. Yeah, when you're in that Scream video, they look so much alike. It made me uncomfortable masturbating to a Janet because I was young when that video came out.
You know who I think is pretty beautiful? I think, what the hell is her name? Oh, she must not be that pretty if I can't remember.
But like I said, there are a lot of beautiful black women out there. I'm just saying that she deserves her.
I don't think Halle Berry is the epitome of black women like how they make it out to be. I think they just do it because she's mixed with white. So now she got the seal of approval. It's okay to covet her because she's mixed.
Well, you know, also the pretty I'll say was I haven't seen her lately, but Lauryn Hill used to be fucking amazing. She was a beautiful woman. I don't know if she still is because, you know, time, you know, plus.
You know
plus
who
crazy.
I think is pretty? I think Megan Good is gorgeous.
Megan Good. Is that the one who does?
If I was a guy, I would definitely take her down.
Is that the one who's in that show, Scandal? The president and all that stuff, sleeping with the president.
She's bad too. I would definitely take her down.
Megan. That's
no, that is my chick. Washington. She is gorgeous. I would definitely take her down.
But you know what? But you know what?
Beautiful.
I think she's beautiful too.
I think she looks like me.
Little too skinny for my taste. But I don't think she's prettier than Halle Berry. I do.
Absolutely, I do. I think what I can say. 57
right now.
No, she's 46.
Oh, okay, 46. All right.
You know what I can say about Halle Berry? I can say that Halle Berry, like a lot of women, don't look good with their hairstyle. Makes their face. It frames their face.
Because you're right. She's short hair most of the time.
Yeah, most people don't look good with short hair and long hair. Okay. You know, and that's one thing that I can say about Halle Berry. She's gorgeous with or without hair, and a lot of women can't say that. They look totally different. So I can say with or without. What are you?
I'm looking at you.
I can say that she's gorgeous with or without hair. That she's really pretty. So, what happened? Why am I? You can't see.
Yeah, that was
Optimus Prime is not saving us. So we were having a little bit of a footage problem, guys. So we had to put Optimus Prime in the background to give us some color because you couldn't see with the contrast of the light.
Robot crotch.
Optimus Prime. There you go. Thank you, Optimus Prime. You heard me. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, once again, I have to say, I love black women. Frankly, I love dark-skinned women. You want to know why? When you're having sex with a dark-skinned woman, they get a very shiny glow kind of thing going on. That like you can catch like in the moonlight, and it's like it's mystical, it's mystifying. I don't know. It's kind of enchanting, and I like it. I like it a lot. So, I like dark-skinned women. You know, I've not had the pleasure of hooking up with a girl who's like midnight black, like.
You are crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But I've been with a lot of black women. I've been with a lot of dark-skinned women. And I thoroughly enjoy it.
And that's refreshing to hear. Even though I'm not a woman of dark color or whatever, that's nice to hear that you prefer, that you like black girls. Because a lot of black girls have a complex. You know, they're made to feel inferior. You know, for a lot of time, like that guy said, if you're not, it wasn't if you were in white. If you weren't light, you weren't right. And a girl recently just said that on Facebook. One of my friends, she's actually light-skinned, and she likes, like most light-skinned people, they like dark-skinned guys. But she doesn't like light-skinned girls, and she doesn't have that complex. A lot of girls feel because they're light-skinned, they have an attitude about themselves, like, I'm that chick. In layman's term, they're very confident, and they're very cocky at the same time. Because confident and cockiness are totally different things. And she made a comment on Facebook, and she goes, yeah, and I'm light-skinned, so you know I'm the shit. Like, really? That's ignorant. But you know what? She's only perpetuating what society has taught her. And that's really sad. So I like to give Scansu a lot of credit that he's not afraid to say, and he has a preference to an affinity towards, you know, dark-skinned girls, because for a long time they were treated differently. Like, I know of somebody, and she's very dark-skinned, and she's always seemed very confident. And when she was younger, her siblings used to make.
Should be. I mean, if you're pretty.
But it was shallow. Let me tell you, it was shallow. You know, another thing I want to say, because you said if you're pretty, you're pretty. I hate people, even though I'm not dark skinned, people don't understand why I'm so passionate, or why do I even give a flying about it. But because it's my people, you know, and I'm a fair person. I'm very fair. So like, people growing up would say she's pretty for a dark skinned girl. That's irrelevant.
That
Why
is
she can't be
irrelevant.
pretty for a female?
Well, you know, I feel like on a level that we're talking about an old school. We're talking about an old school argument. I know. I feel like the people who
I'm busting out of my shirt.
I know.
Shut
noticed
up.
that.
Good.
I feel like the people who make these statements are you know, of a certain age, and
That's not true. People still say that.
Listen. I don't know anybody
That's over
who's,
30, and they'll say like somebody recently.
I mean, over
know.
30, definitely. I don't know anybody I don't know anybody who's 35 or younger who would sit there and make an ignorant statement that, you know, she's pretty for dark skin.
I heard somebody recently who said that they were like 24, and they said that they were like, she's a pretty black girl, and I said, what does that mean?
Were they Spanish or white?
No,
or
they were
something?
black. But they meant black. They meant black as far as her complexion, not as far as her ethnicity.
She's a pretty dark skinned girl.
Right. But they said black girl, and I said, what does that have to do with anything? Because if you're not gonna say Nicole, you're not gonna say.
Fine.
You're not gonna say Winter is pretty to be caramel. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna say Winter is a pretty light skinned girl. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna say that. You're gonna say she's pretty. So why is it relevant to say she's a pretty dark skinned girl? You should just say. Or you say she's pretty to be dark-skinned. What does that mean? So if she wasn't dark-skinned, if she was light-skinned, she would be prettier? No, it's just the color. That's like saying white girls, you're ugly until you get a tan. No, your features are the same. Mm-hmm. You know?
I mean, there are certain things that can enhance one's features, you know. Like, I find that a lot of white girls look better with brunette than they do blonde. I personally.
But that's your preference.
Well, I just think they look better. I think, like, I've seen women who dye their hair blonde and change their whole, their whole level of attractiveness. It's usually a downgrade.
Well, that goes back to Halle Berry when I said your hair frames your face. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people can be attractive with short hair or light hair, and she's achieved both of those.
Yeah, no, she's a pretty woman. Halle Berry, call me. She's pretty. You know, I don't mind saying it. I don't mind giving props where props is due. You know. I have no problem with that.
I don't like Halle Berry because I'm not going to say I don't like her because I don't know her personally. She might be a fabulous person, but I think she's really ignorant. And this is provocative, so I can voice my opinion and say whatever the hell I want to say.
If you feel that way, say
you're ignorant as hell. And the reason why you're an ignorant-ass individual is because, excuse my language, I know I sound pretty hood or whatever, but it's like, I think she has daddy issues. Really? And that's the reason why you always have problems with men, because you have unresolved issues with your father.
So you're saying because of her issues, the reason she gets punched multiple times?
No, it's because, alright, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
When you're, say for instance, I'm in a relationship with somebody.
Okay.
And he's a drug addict.
Okay.
We break up.
Alright.
The next guy I date is a drug addict. We break up. The next guy I date is a drug addict and we break up. And they're all white.
Okay.
I can't say all white guys are no good. They're all drug addicts. No, idiot. Haven't met all white guys. I haven't dated all the white guys.
She made a statement that all black guys were abusers.
All black guys. She says, I'm never dating another black guy again, right?
Well, that's not making a statement that all black guys are losers. Or
she said that, though.
She said she's never going to date another black guy.
Yes, because
she has her right.
No, you can't. That's ignorant, because this is what it is. Mm-hmm. You haven't dated every black guy, so you can't say, like the guy I just went out to lunch with, where I'm from. He's like, you're not a typical girl from the wine den. Yeah. Why not? Because you're articulate and you seem educated. I said, obviously you haven't met a lot of people.
It's true.
You only met the people that come into your office, da-da-da-da. He goes, I can tell you have class, yada, 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 yada. My whole point to say, she can say this. It would have been better if she said, the black guys that I've dated weren't good for me.
But now did she actually say that all black guys are bad, and that's the reason she's not dating them?
And the problem is, when you constantly date a type of individual and they're the same, you have to look inside you. You're attracting these type of individuals. It's not like you have a bum magnet and all the bums come to you. You're attracted to these guys for a reason. So it's something inside of you that you need to fix. Because you obviously like something about this guy, so that's why you keep, not this guy, you actually like something about this individual, and that's why you keep attracting the same type of individual. It's not black guys, because that's why none of your relationships worked out with the white guys either. You have issues with men in general.
Now I'm curious.
So you can't, you was with Fred Durst, he's white, it didn't work.
Hold on, the rapper?
Yes.
Douche Durst?
Yes, she was with Fred Durst, it didn't work. You was with Gabrielle, your daughter's father, it didn't work. So you have issues with men, and you can't say, all black men did it.
Well, Fred Durst is not black.
Exactly.
I mean, he's kind of black.
Exactly. That's my whole point. You had numerous failed relationships. So it's not a black thing. It's a man thing. Because it's all it is color. If a guy's going to cheat, a guy's going to cheat. It doesn't mean black guys cheat more, white guys cheat more. No, it's a man thing. Because at the end of the day, they all bleed blue and red. You know, and your vein is blue when it comes out as red, oxygenated. So it's not a black or white thing. It's a man thing. And because you have unresolved issues with your father, you're going to constantly continue to have bad choices in men. And hopefully this is your last turn. You're having another baby. So hopefully this isn't your second.
You know what? I for some reason, I feel like there's some hate going on here. I feel like you have Halle Berry hate.
I have no hate.
I feel like you have
Why am I hating? I said she was attractive. I'm just saying
you
that.
Because you went on a tirade unlike any other.
Because you know what? That's ignorant. Like me personally, I get very offended when people categorize people together. Like she's grouping all the black people together and all the black men and saying I'm swearing them off because da 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 da. That's like I have a friend. He's an ignorant asshole as well. Mm-hmm. He says to me, mind you, I'm about to make a comment, and it's not going to go over well with some people, but it's my personal opinion. This is freaking provocative. I can say whatever the hell I want to say.
Get it off your chest.
You see, I'm angry today. I'll never like this. I'll never like this.
Venom, guys.
All right, so this is what it is. My ignorant friend, first of all, he's racist.
Uh-oh.
He's black and he's racist. He's light-skinned. Oh. You're a self-hating nigger. I mean, excuse me, but I didn't mean to say that.
Hey, listen.
But he's racist.
It's provocative.
So he's very fair. Like he looks like he could be Spanish or he can be white and black, right? His mother's very dark skinned. Very dark skinned. His mother's hot. Like she's a MILF. No. Like she just had a baby at 46. Her body's still tight. Like his mother is a bad female. She's always kept a good job. She works for civil service, MTA. She worked for Pilgrim.
She's a hustler.
She's always works hard. Brought her house. Like she's good.
She's a hustler.
So
not only is she hot, but she's also economically secure, baby.
He was always saying her black ass. That's your mother. Are you kidding me? Always say her black. She's black as hell or whatever. Always make these comments about his mom, right? Fast forward 15 years out of high school, So his son's mother, she's ghetto. She's a hood chick. That has nothing to do with black or white. You could be ghetto and be hood, and you're Caucasian or Hispanic or Indian or whatever. Okay. She's not your typical I want to marry female.
Is she dark skinned?
No, she's light skinned. She looks I thought she was Spanish. Okay. But she's the black girl supposedly. Okay. So he tells me recently, because you and I had issues, and people fail to realize, like, I'm a big believer in karma.
Karma is real.
I really believe in karma.
The cosmos
like you cheated on this girl since you was in high school.
And she stayed with him?
And off and on. You cheated on her since you was in high school. And I've realized that a lot of guys don't take responsibility for their actions. Yo, that bitch is crazy. Why is she crazy? I wonder why she's crazy. Because you made her crazy. She just didn't, because she wasn't crazy when you was first having sex with her in the first beginning of our relationship. Now, 3 years later, she's crazy. You made her crazy. Because if she was crazy, what does that make you when you stay with her? There's a reaction. There's a chain of events that happen. And if you're in a relationship with somebody, whether it's your significant other, whether it's your friend, your mom, your brother, sister, whoever it is, and that person changes you need to be around that person. I was dating this guy, my first boyfriend. I was 18, 19.
If they change you for the worse, for the negative.
And I used to always, mind you, I was so smart when I was young. I don't know what happened. I swear the pollution and changed my brain.
It could be the lead.
I don't know what it was. That's why I don't wear deodorant like Kourtney Kardashian. Do I smell?
Oh my God!
I don't smell that bad.
You don't smell.
No, I wear deodorant. So Kourtney,
you wear that deodorant.
Kourtney, you need to get the one I use. It's endorsed by the Cancer Society. It's called Crystal something. It's purple. But the only downside is you have to apply it like 6 times a day because I'll be sweating. So I was in front of your house like this.
Oh wow!
Unbuttoning my shirt.
You smell good. Actually,
I do because I think it. But anyway,
unless I'm smelling your clothes or something.
So what happened is what was I saying? Oh, okay. So he's ignorant or whatever. So the girl, people change.
He's ignorant.
So I was 18 and I was dating this guy, and I would always joke with him. No, he wasn't ignorant. Okay. So I was dating this young man, and I would always make a comment, and it was just pure comedy because it was hilarious to me because he had such an affinity to his vehicle.
Okay.
You know, he was young. You know, a lot of young guys, they love their cars. You know, you work hard for it, you get something that's just a prized possession of yours, basically. Okay. So he loved this car. I think he had like an I-30. That's 10 years ago when Infinities was like the thing to get. Infinities was like, you know, that car. So I would always tell him, I'm gonna key your car. I'm gonna key your car.
That is so fucked up.
I'm gonna key your car. I used to always tell him that, but I was joking because I'm not that individual. I'm not that
He took you serious?
So he said to me one day,
if you keep my car, bitch, I'm gonna kill you.
You always tell me you gonna keep my car. You really gonna keep my car?
Did he look that sad and like worried?
He had an inside library voice.
Oh wow!
You always say you gonna keep my car. You really gonna keep my car?
That's fucked up.
So I looked at him.
I'm with him.
So I looked at him. Right. This goes back to what I'm saying. It's a chain of events. She's not crazy because she was crazy. Because if she was crazy, you wouldn't have got with her. And if you did with her, that means you're crazy too. It's a chain of events that happen. So I'm busting. This button is about to pop. Oh shoot! Okay. This button is about to pop.
Provocative, baby.
So what happened was I looked at him in all serious. Fudge. I looked at him. Shut up. These are real, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
I need some free bras. So I looked at him in all serious.
Product placement. You get her the bra, she will take it off and show the bra on television.
Yeah, I might.
Product placement.
So, I was free advertising for you guys. So, I looked at him in all seriousness and I said, if I have to key your car, I don't need to be with you. If you bring me to that level and I come outside of myself, I don't need to be with you. And that's what people don't realize. So if you're in a relationship, whether it's your spouse, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, whoever it is, sometimes you gotta let people go. You can love them from a distance. It's not that she was crazy. You made her that way. And people don't know how to let go. So they hold on, they hold on, they hold on until it's a volatile situation. So because you cheated on this girl for like 10 years, and then she started becoming very bitter and very hostile. And she just started being a jerk because ultimately she still had feelings for you, and she was still hurt by all the years that you guys were together. So she causes all these problems. She doesn't want to see his kid or whatever they're going through.
Oh, he had a kid.
So he is ignorant, and he says it's probably not even his kid. So he's ignorant or whatever, and he says,
poor guy.
I'm not dating black girls no more. I'm only dating Spanish girls, because black girls is whores. Spanish girls are whores. They're the biggest whores. Like, you know what? Let me take that back.
Yeah, that was a big overgeneralization.
Let me take that back. This is provocative. This is provocative and all, but that's not how I feel.
I'm gonna say, can I real quick? I think all women of all ethnicities have whores in their group. All right, they're all whores. Whether you're black, white, yellow, what you call Asians. It's fucked up, I know.
No, that's not what I was going to say. I mean, I agree with that. No, I agree with that. But however, when you look at Spanish people, they got like 6 and 7 kids, right? But that could be because they get Catholic and they don't believe
I was about to say that because you know Latin
protection.
America's huge Catholic stronghold.
But they're smart because they're taking over America. So they're smart. That was probably planned.
I don't think
it was a conspiracy theory.
They are not taking over America. They're contributing to the growth of America. How about that? Let's look at it for what it really is. When people say taking over America, it has such a negative connotation. I don't like it. I have a lot of Latino friends, a lot of Latina friends. I'm trying to learn the language, know about the history of the culture.
I'm trying to learn language too. I'm Spanish.
But I'm saying that they're helping maintain America's greatness, you know, because they all come to this country to join the army.
Here first. Them and the Indians. Texas was Spanish and Indian, and then nobody tells you that. The first people here was Indians and blacks till he built this country, and Spanish was right along with the Indians. No. But my whole point is, I didn't mean to say they was whores because I don't really feel that way, but what I'm saying is, I feel that Spanish people, Caribbean people,
I like whores.
He likes vagina.
I like vagina.
But Spanish people, Caribbean people, I don't really know about like Europeans. But yeah, I guess I could say white people. Well, I'm sorry, they're horse. No, I'm joking.
Don't worry, they'll take it. They'll be like, fuck it, we are.
But what I'm saying is they're less inhibited. Like, and it's just a sexiness. Like, their culture is very sensual and sexual.
There's a lot of passion.
You know, like, it's
America.
very passionate. So I didn't mean to say that they're
Listen, have you ever watched Telemundo? Have you ever watched
I didn't mean to say that they're whores, but they're very passionate. You know what I'm saying? So you can't categorize one group of people as a whole and say, oh, they're all whores. Because then I could say, well, all the Spanish girls I know are whores. That doesn't mean all the Spanish girls are whores. It could just be the one around the corner got to train by the football team. You know, so I don't like stereotypes. So it's not about that I was having a Halle Berry meltdown. It's like I don't like stereotypes. You know, like people always talk about my community. I get very offended. Oh, that community is ghetto, or you're not from that community because you don't do this and you don't do that. That's you're being stereotypical because everybody's not like that. You haven't met everybody in my community. Like you haven't met every black girl. So he goes on with his ignorant tirade. Tirade, right?
Tirade.
I don't know how to spell it. Tirade. Okay. So anyway, he continues to go and say black girls are whores. They want to club all night. They don't cook dinner for their families. They don't keep their houses clean. Like, are you serious? Like, you do a poll of all the black girls. Like, he's so ignorant though because your mother. First of all, we receive our first opinions on women and men based on our parents.
I mean, maybe his mother used to go clubbing
his mother,
all the time.
No, he's going by his son's mother.
His son's mother?
Yes. And his mother's not like that. I've known him since I was 12 years old. You know, so that's 18, 19 years, almost 20. Damn, when you can say 20 years, you know you're getting old.
It's okay.
So I've known this family. I've known this family for almost 20 years, right?
So you're saying the mother never went clubbing? She always was home
His mother's not like that, not at all.
I'm just asking.
He's talking about he said my baby mother, and I hate that term. I like to say my son's mother.
Yeah, but you said most opinions are based on the
right, so that's why it's interesting to me that he's making this generalization based on his son's mother. But he's been hurt so much. Okay. Now he's just canceling all the black Americans out.
I'm sure.
But he's dating a Spanish girl and he's had a baby.
That's really the problem. He needs to stop popping out those kids, bro.
But the sad thing about it was he's a self-loathing black because like since we were kids, yes,
no self-loathing Jew. Like
he was since we were kids. I told him he used to call his mother Blackie. She's so black. Da, da, da. Mm-hmm. He's always had like a disdain for black culture. Mm-hmm. So So now it's like, you sound ignorant. I'm like, because all my girlfriends, they cook, they clean, they keep their houses clean, and they don't club. So you can't say that. And I said, am I like that? No, but you like one in a million. There's nobody else like you. You sound, that's true. Nobody is like that. But there might be somebody close.
Oh my God.
Like, come on. He's like, you know, my cousins, they don't clean up either. Like, you sound real stupid.
All right, well, I don't know. I feel like we've been talking about this for a long time, so I'm going to seize the moment and say to all the women out there, whether they be black, white, Spanish, Asian, I love you. I love you, women.
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh yeah, you ignorant dumbasses who overgeneralize and stereotype. Please stop doing that, because you're infuriating my co-host here.
Yes, and you guys have never seen me act like this. Like,
I'm usually fire, always venom,
calm and collected, and like today I was very upset. Yeah. But the white guy who told me he likes black girls because we don't need a tan, that was pretty awesome, and I really liked that. That was really cool. Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm sure he's also attracted to your big boobs.
Sure.
Joking. Cool.
Whatever.
All right, that's provocative, folks.